Yo, what is up, everybody? You are listening to Pitch Perfect, the podcast, with your host, Chris Turnbull. Me, actually. So, in episode 6 of Pitch Perfect, we are talking about the history of La Liga. So, the segments are going to be the Real Madrid and Barca dominance, and a brief history lesson, I guess you could say, about the league and some interesting facts. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, segment 1 is the Real Madrid and Barcelona dominance. So, as you all can probably tell from the previous episodes that I have recorded, uploaded, posted, or whatever you want to say, you can probably tell that I am a Premier League guy, not as much La Liga. So, I just focus on the Prem. It's what I got access to in America. It's easy to watch the Prem games. I like Man United, obviously. I watch Prem because of Man United. But, I just like to watch the Prem. And I don't watch the La Liga nearly as much, which probably should start doing more. But, I just love the Prem. So, if I did know one thing about La Liga, it's that is a 2-team league. No one else matters in the league besides Real Madrid and Barcelona, and everyone in Spain knows this. So these are the 2 teams that have all of the league titles, pretty much. They have all of the best players, they have all of the money, and they have all of the fan bases. All of the revenue from La Liga goes into these teams, and that is why it is just a 2-team league. No one else is going to win it. No one else is going to win the Champions League from that league. No one else is going to do all of these things because Real Madrid and Barcelona are the 2 teams in the league. So, I have come with some stats you could say to back this up. I have the number of La Liga titles and the number of La Liga titles since 2000. And after you hear me read off the numbers, you are going to agree with me 1,000%. So, the number of La Liga titles, the most is Real Madrid with 35. Barcelona is next with 27. So all the other teams that have ever competed in La Liga have only won the league 30 times. Which means Real Madrid has more league titles than everyone else combined, and Barcelona is right there. It tells you a lot. What can I say? So, now, if we go and look at the La Liga titles since 2000, it gets even worse, to be honest with you. So there have been a total of 23 years since 2000, 23 seasons. Real Madrid have won 8. Barcelona have won 11. And everyone else won a whopping 4 league titles. And those actually consist of 2 teams themselves. Real Madrid, or Atletico Madrid, with 2, and Valencia with 2. It makes it even worse that Valencia's titles were both before 2005. So it gets even worse from 2005 on. 2006 on, it gets even worse. Alright, now, you can't talk about this Real Madrid and Barca dominance without discussing how they play against each other. The El Clasico is the biggest rivalry in all of sports, by far, no comparison. I love all these Prem derbies. I love the Manchester derby. I love Merseyside. I love all the London derbies. You know what I'm saying? But, I even love all the American derbies, or American rivalries. I love the college rivalries. I love NFL rivalries. I love all of this stuff, But nothing compares to El Clasico. Not even close. And there's no doubt it's the best rivalry by far. Now, you could say as a what's the word? As a like, I don't know, but like a limited watcher, I don't watch it as much. I don't know too much, but yeah, I always thought that it happened because they were the two best teams in the league, two most successful. They were the two teams that were always challenging. I just thought it was because they were the best with the best players and everything, and that could be the case. That could be the only reason why it's a rivalry. But I saw an article on OneFootball that says a reason for this rivalry has to do with with their opposing political views. Now, I don't know if this is talking about the city's political views, if the clubs have different political views. But yeah, I found that interesting, and obviously, it could just be like a random fact that has nothing to do with anything. But I found it interesting that political views could play a role in this. Maybe that's like why the fans hate each other so much, and that it's trickled down to the players and everything. But yeah, that was interesting, I thought. So, now if we talk about each other's record. They have played 205 total competitive matches between the two. There have been 52 draws. Real Madrid have won 103, and Barcelona have won 100. So, Real Madrid obviously has that little bit of upper hand, a little bit of bragging rights, but it's just so close that it could change at any point. So yeah, it's cool seeing how close they are and how competitive they are all the time. It's fun watching El Clasico. I love watching El Clasico every year. And I mean, like, I knew that those two would have the most league titles, but I didn't think it would be to the scale that it is. Like, it's wild. All right, so that does it with segment 1. It's cool to learn about La Liga, or it's cool to learn about some domination. Alright, now we are moving on to segment 2, which is a brief history about La Liga, and hopefully for you guys some interesting and pretty cool facts. Alright, so La Liga was formed all the way back in 1929. And in this time period of almost 100 years, there have been 62 teams that have participated in the league. And when it started, there were only 10. So I actually didn't know what to think of this number, if it was like a big number or small number, 62. I didn't know. So I looked up how many teams have played in the Premier League, and 50 teams have played in the Premier League. So there have been a lot more teams playing in the Liga, which is really cool, actually. A lot of different teams play. And an interesting, cool fact, kind of, was in the 60s and 70s, if you didn't know, that is 20 years of length. There was a great display of dominance by Real Madrid. So over this 20-year span, they won a total of 14 league titles, which is really cool. Seeing a team be so dominant, only losing actually 6 leagues in 20 years is kind of wild. Farmers League, but that was way back when. So overall, La Liga has produced the most Champions League winning teams, which is 19, and the players have won the most Ballon d'Ors, which is 24. So my first initial thought was what yours probably was after listening to segment 1 and, just knowing about the league, that these are all Barcelona and Real Madrid. And upon further research that I did like 5 minutes ago, every single Champions League winning team from La Liga was Barcelona and Real Madrid, all 19. So, not too much surprise there. I have not researched every single Ballon d'Or winner to see what team they're from La Liga. I did not do that, but I think it's safe to assume that a decent amount, if not all, are Barcelona and Real Madrid players. So yeah, it just shows you. It just strengthens my opinion about the league from a few minutes ago. But yeah, in all honesty, in all fairness, it is a very good league with some great teams. Great history, great fans. It is a great league. But the Prem is better, I'm sorry. It's true. I'm sorry, it's true. Alright, well, I think that should do it for episode 6 of Pitch Perfect. Yeah, hope you guys had fun listening. Hope you guys will tune in for episode 7 and all the other episodes that are coming. Peace.